Welcome back, everybody. So Torg's here bringing you another guide, and today it is on Simulacrum farming. Now, Simulacrum doesn't necessarily need a guide. Pretty straightforward content. Go in, beat 30 rounds, get loot, get out. But there are some tips and tricks and ways to tell if your build is ready for Simulacrums that I think are important for you to know if you're going to do it. And I also wanted to showcase some of the loot that you can get if you were to run the Simulacrums, so you have an idea of the profitability of it and why you would want to do it. And as always, if you enjoy my content, please give me a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I may even hand out a couple of free kisses, but we'll see how many likes and subscribes we get. Alright, so let's start with if you are ready to farm Simulacrums. I would consider this a little bit more of an intermediate activity because how strong your build has to be to complete it, or at least 25 rounds of it. So the first thing that I would think about is exactly that. Can my build clear at least 25 levels of the Simulacrum pretty consistently? As you can see here, there's the strangely familiar entity here that has your waves. So if you can't complete 25 out of the 30 waves, it might not be right to start farming them yet. Now there's a couple ways that I can personally tell if my build is strong enough. I'm a big Delirium mirror runner. I like Deli, and if I'm able to do T16 fully juiced Delirium mirrors and clear the map and kill the boss while delirious, I can probably do 25s pretty consistently. And, you know, if you don't run Delirium, all you can do is run a Simulacrum and kind of test the waters and see. You don't necessarily have to go to round 25 to guarantee profits from it, but that's just going to give you enough of what I like to call the money rounds to really sustain the profitability of it. Now, what I refer to as the money rounds are when the entire loot pool is unlocked. Things like item level 84 cluster jewels, the voices, as well as, you know, split personalities, megalomaniacs, all of that is now droppable, and that happens to be at round 19. So between 19 and 25, if you can clear those 6, you're almost guaranteed to make a ton of money every time. But that doesn't mean you can't, like I said, that you can't make money in the previous rounds, so don't be afraid to try Simulacrum and see how it feels for your build. Another thing that I would do when going to run Simulacrums is to make sure that I am able to clear the screen a little bit. Being able to do things and being able to do them efficiently are different concepts. If all you want to do is test your luck and build an absolute unit of a tank with no damage that clears a whole Simulacrum every hour and a half, by all means, go for it. It's still going to provide you with profit. But all you're going to do is struggle to knock the bosses out. But when I was running these, I was running them a full 30 rounds in about 25 to 30 minutes. And that, to me, feels like a pretty good spot. And really getting much faster than that is going to just limit as many of the mobs that spawn during the actual mechanic. Obviously, the faster that you can do them, the more money that you'll make. Now, something else to note as well is that your build does not have to be strong enough to tank the bosses every time, just maybe take a hit or two, because you actually can kill both of the bosses without ever getting hit, and it's really the same way. You just learn their movement patterns and you strafe them, and I'll show you an example of that right here. Alright, so as you can see here, I am able to kite Kosis by walking to either side of him. Every time he turns his body, he swings, and if you are behind him, he won't hit you. So even if you don't have enough tankiness to actually tank him, you don't really need to. You can just dodge him. Now then, let's get into some examples so you can see some loot as well as some boss fighting, and then we'll go over the loot tab and see how much money we made from these. loot tab to 10 entire runs of the Simulacrum. Now, I did die on one of them at round 22, and I did not supplement it, so if I had not died then, I probably would have ended up with more. The big ticket items that I got, as you can see up here, was 19 divines. I got a couple split personalities that were worth between 5 and 10 divine, and as you can see, I got 4 other ones as well. I got 2 voices, both of them were 7s, so not great, and I got a lot of Megalomaniacs as well. But the bulk of it came from my stacked decks and the lucky split personalities, which really wasn't all that lucky. But right now, this tab is all sellable things. Everything in here will be sellable to make some money. These Megalomaniacs, I'm assuming at just 30 chaos, but I guarantee you there's probably more in there. But it comes down to about 50 divine total, and it took me about 6 hours. So you're looking at about 8.5 divine per hour just running simulacrums. And thank you guys once again for coming in and watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys, and come check me out on Kick. I stream almost daily. Discord link is down below as well. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. I'd be happy to help any way I can. All right, guys. Peace.